Small house on an isolated country road, which is shared by Jessie and her mother. Jessie's father is dead. She is epileptic and unemployable.
Her loveless marriage ended in divorce. Her absent son is a petty thief and a ne'er-do-well. Her last two jobs failed, and in general, her life is stale and unprofitable. Joining us now are the stars of the play, Laurie Stewart, who plays the daughter, Jessie, and Nanette Mordaunt, playing Thelma, Mama Kate.
That's right. And
Thank
of course,
you so much.
This
I'm
is
so
all
sorry
happening.
if I got your name wrong.
It's all right. So, of course, the play is Night Mother, very popular play. Tell us a little bit about this show. This is a title that I think a lot of people that know theater, they know this title. But those that may not be in the know, tell us about it.
Well, you summed it up pretty nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Jessie comes on in the first few moments of the show and announces to Mama that she's going to kill herself, and she's very calm and very poised about it. And then, you know, the fight's on. Mama's got to figure out some way to save Jessie.
Wow.
Yeah. So how difficult of a role is this to portray?
They're both very difficult roles.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
It
Yeah.
might be the most challenging thing
What
I've
makes
ever
it
done.
so challenging, Laurie?
For me, there's a subtlety to having made that decision and to being very calm and poised about it while still being interesting,
Yeah.
not flat.
Yeah.
And you know, because you're an actor,
Yeah.
that sometimes it's the smaller, more subtle things that are more difficult to get across
Right.
than
And what was the most challenging part for you?
Well, the whole thing, because she has such a range of emotions, and I think it's because the part is so. I mean, when you get into it, you know, as you have to, it's so draining that by the end of the play, you're completely spent.
Yeah.
And the challenge is to do it again.
Yeah. Well, and it can also be somewhat of a hazard, as I understand. Like, you can physically walk away with a hazard. I want to point this out because this is a real commitment by an artist here. Laurie, this isn't a prop that you're wearing, but
This
you
is
earned
not
this
a
during a
prop.
show.
No, I earned this tech week during rehearsal. Yeah, there's a scene where, you know, Mama throws some pots and pans around, and I just got in the way of one, and I got a little fracture right here. It just
man.
nailed me just right.
The real
Just
question
right.
is, did you finish out
I
the
did
performance?
finish.
You finished.
I
You
saw
went through the whole
stars,
thing.
but I
trooper.
finished. That's
Oh
me.
my goodness.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that she'd hurt herself
Sure.
like that, so
Yeah.
I'm just flinging
Just keep going after her.
Oh boy.
and not only that, but I also grab her,
Oh.
and she was
Oh,
probably going.
when she turned like pale white, you're just like, wow, she's really into
I
it.
didn't
tonight.
know until the
That's
end
great.
of
So it
ours.
opened last weekend. Just very quickly before we have to go, tell our viewers when and where they can see this show.
Aux Dog Theater, Nob Hill.
Okay.
Fridays and Saturdays at 8 and Sundays at 2 for
Okay.
2 more weekends.
Two more
weekends.
This weekend and next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where can people get tickets?
They can get tickets online at auxdog.com, or they can buy tickets at the box office. Tickets are $18 for students and seniors and $22
Okay.
for everybody else.
For everyone else. For us regular folk. All right, well, for more information on the show and links to the Aux Dog website, head over to casa.com and click on the Style tab.